Tonight's tale begins. In the small town of Hollowford, nights were not for sleeping. When the sun dipped behind the hills, shutters slammed shut, doors were bolted, and every family reached for the same ritual: melted wax, rags, and layers of cloth packed tight into their ears. By dusk, Hollowford became a place of silence, every house sealed as though the air itself carried poison. Because once the moon rose, the screamer came. It began as a tremor in the distance, then rose to a pitch that clawed its way into bone and blood. The sound was no ordinary cry. It was a jagged, unearthly shriek that shattered thought. Anyone who heard it would break. Their eyes went blank. Their hands turned violent, and they struck out at whoever was near, tearing at neighbors, lovers, even children. By morning, the streets bore scars of blood and ruin, and survivors staggered about, horrified at what they had done. The only protection was to smother the sound, to live every night deaf by force. But Eli, a boy of 12, was tired of it. Tired of nights spent sweating under layers of wool, tired of living in fear of a voice no one dared to understand. Most of all, he was curious. Why did the screamer come only to Hollowford? What was it that howled in the night? One evening, while his mother prepared the wax and cloth, Eli hid a pair of brass hearing trumpets inside his coat. They had belonged to his grandmother, who had been half deaf. He told his mother good night, pretended to seal his ears, and slipped beneath his blanket. When the town fell into its false, terrified sleep, he waited. Near midnight, while the world outside lay heavy with silence, Eli pushed open the window and slid out into the street. The night air was sharp and still, and the emptiness pressed against him. The town, which by day bustled with clatter and chatter, now looked hollow, every shuttered house a tomb. Eli felt small, the only one awake by choice. Then it came. The first streak of sound ripped through the air, so sharp it seemed to split the stars. Eli clamped the trumpets over his ears, but backwards, the wide end sealing against his head. The sound filtered, twisted. It no longer burned his mind raw, though it still shuddered through his chest and threatened to unhinge him.